Hello YouTube, welcome to the dojo. You're here with Samurai Man, and today we have the Transformers Robots in Disguise 2015 Drift figure. So it's nice that we have another Drift figure. Drift is becoming more prominent within the Transformers universe. He's gone from just being to the comic books to being to movies and now TV shows. So he's been in it all. He's been in the movies, TVs, and comic books. So that's really cool. It's just interesting the route that they took. You know, usually they start out from the show, then the comics, then the movies. Usually, sometimes switch from comic to movie. Sometimes they're in the comics first, then movie. Sometimes in movie, then comic. It varies. But he started off in comics and just made it fucking big. He just made it big and quick, and they did a great job with them, so they keep doing a great job with them. And I have to say, this design is freaking beautiful. I love it. It's got that fast appeal that Drift fans love about his vehicle mode. Drift is always a fast sports car. His original design, he was a Japanese Tokyo Drifter car, even with the kanji for, I believe it says Drift on the side of his, not Drift, it says Samurai on the side of his door. So yeah, they really went all out for that samurai appeal, and he's been a samurai since, and that's awesome. I love that. Obviously, I love that. And with the movie design, again, very samurai heavy on that, but he was a Bugatti in his vehicle mode, which is one of the fastest car, if not the fastest car in the world. So again, with that speed feel to it. Now in the RID TV show, again, he's got that fast sports car feel with that samurai vibe. So they just keep that trend popping. And look at this orange. I really never would have expected them to make him orange. And at first I was like, what are they doing? Again, just like with Grimlock, I was like, where did they even pull these colors from? But here we go. We got Halloween orange and black, and it's not looking bad. I think this is actually a nice design. I can get on board with this. Not your standard Drift. It still has the samurai elements with the double swords and the fast car, so that's fine. I do wish it had a little bit more of the original Drift elements to it, just because, Optimus is always going to be red-blue with that same helmet faceplate for the most part. Always going to be like that. Starscream's always going to be a jet. He's always going to have some sort of twin blaster thing going on. And for the most part, he's always going to have that same design where the wings in the back, and he's got the same basic head. Prime kind of took liberties with all that, but still got that Starscream feel. So, you know what I'm saying. Each character usually has their own vibe going for them. But with Drift, it's been very different amongst his three different figures. We've had the white with the fast, looking design as far as sharp points and all that, all going backwards like he's moving fast. Kind of like Blur, actually, which is actually what same mold. They had the same mold, so understandable. But yeah, he had that. And then with the movie, it was completely different, very samurai-esque, very human face. A lot of differences to it. And now with this one, again, there's a lot of differences. So none of them are really, they don't all have that same one thing that they all share, other than the same basic fast-paced vehicle mode, samurai motif. Other than that, they have that, but not any specific things going for them. So that's interesting. But other than that, I still say this is an amazing figure. Just to go over the paint apps and all that, we've got red here. We got a nice little red bar there, so that's nice. Same metallics, not silver, blue going on in the front headlights. So I really like that. I like how they're keeping the metallic blue. We've got this red for this logo that he's also got on his helmet. I'm assuming this is supposed to be the head, but obviously it's not the case. This is not turning the head. You'll see in the transformation. And then we've got this blackish gunmetal-y, dark gunmetal-y color here coming along the front, which I really like. I love how the sides of the car are raised on the hood here. Like the hood's all flat here, and then I guess where it comes down to the wheels and the grill, it's all raised. I think that looks really cool. We got some clear plastic for the windshields and orange paint that they didn't do a bad job on the matching the orange paint. Probably on my camera it looks almost perfect. In real life it's a little off, obviously, but not bad. I have to say they did a pretty good job. Nothing in the back as far as paint, unfortunate, but it's the same basic thing they always do, nothing in the back. And then the tires are pretty interesting. They're actually clear. Not your standard clear, hard brittle plastic. It is hard, but I don't feel like this is the same exact brittly plastic we always have where it'll break over time. I think this will be fine. It feels a tad malleable to where it'll be able to take a little bit more of the test of time. So that's cool. It is clear though. It's like a smoky black plastic, so that's really nice. I think that's a nice touch. Even though they didn't paint the wheels, they did spice it up with the clear plastic motif. So I think that's cool. I like that. And then if you look at the bottom, there's a lot going on. We do have his swords that can store in vehicle mode. Always appreciated. They're both function exactly the same. One of them is just longer than the other. I like that because that is Drift's thing also. I believe he always has one long and one short sword. If not, he does always have 2 swords at least. So I like how they keep that. But just at the hilt, we've got a gap there for the tab hole. And then you just got a tab right here next to, I guess, the knee. I guess it's, yeah, the knee plate. So just have it in there and doesn't hinder anything. Rolls pretty well, not bad. Just for being basic plastic wheels that don't pin in, they just like clip in. Not bad for rolling, so that's cool. So let's transform this guy. So this figure was based off the Bumblebee mold. They just modified it quite a bit to where it doesn't feel like the Bumblebee mold, so I can get on board with that. But transformations are basically the same with a couple of modifications. So we're going to start by untabbing the doors. And there are 2 tab points, one at the chest here that tabs in, and one, I believe, where is it? Here we go, at the edge, very edge of the door, at the basically where the knee is. So right next to that tab where you did the sword, same thing. So there's 2 tab points you want to get out. You can see his edge right there. And just get those out of the way. You can see they are on hinges at the shoulders. So just kind of get everything moved out of the way. And what we're going to do is take these top, I guess, windshield and everything. You see it's already folding in that nice panel there. Just folds in like that. Bring them back and then separate them. Not that hard. Just separate everything. There's 2 tabs at the feet that you want to separate. Bring it all down. Again, just like Bumblebee, exactly the same. Rotate it. Again, like Bumblebee. Fold out the feet. Got to say it a 3rd time. Or was that my 4th? Bumblebee. So yeah, do it like that. So this is where things get a little bit different. Here at the top, you want to take this hood and bring it around. Look at that same red crest that we had at the top. It's right there. So yeah, like I said, I'm pretty sure this was supposed to be the head in the show. Bring it around, take this bit here, fold it down, and just extend the arms. They're on a double hinge. Just want to extend them out. So even one more arm in like designs. And there we go. Drift is transformed and looks really awesome. As far as the shoulder goes, I guess bring them down. I'm not really sure if they should be up or down. So it's really just your personal preference, but there we go, I'm happy with it. So just going over the overall design here, you can see that it's got, again, those samurai panels at the top of the shoulders, the head. We've got 2, not scabbards, but just 2 holsters, I guess, for the swords. I like to put the long one at the bottom. I just feel like it just looks better when you have the long one at the bottom and the short one on the top. But I really love that storage for robot mode. That looks really cool when they have the double swords there. I think that looks awesome. That totally works for me. You could probably, with the double hinge at the hand and at the wrist, there is a hinge. So you could probably get some sort of like he's going to grab it pose, or he's just chilling, you know, like a badass. You know, you've always seen like an anime where they're just chilling. They've got their hand on their sword. Like, make a move, motherfucker. Make a move. Say my name. Say my name. I'll draw this sword real fast. You know, one of those kind of styles. Or you could take this hand here probably, and you could definitely get something to pose like where he's drawing the sword. The only problem is, I always hate what they do this. The door hands. I hate the door hands. Cause look at it. Where's his hand? Where is it? It's a door. Make a hinge. Just make a small hinge here. Fold it up. Do something. Like, I hate the door hands. Do it like Generations Cup or Classics Cup. Flip this around so at least the smaller parts of the front you can see the hand. Just do something. Don't cheap out. I hate when they always cheap out on that. Another thing. Wheels on the sides of the legs. Another cheap thing they always do. Nothing with the transformation here. It's just a giant wheel hanging off the side of the leg. Flip it around, tuck it away, do something with it. Those are my 2 biggest pet peeves, is door hands and the wheels at the sides of the legs. They always do it. I can forget the shoulder ones because shoulder wheels always look cool. This just looks like it's just really just sticking out. They did it on the RID 2015 Jazz also, if you look at the pictures. They did this on Jazz. They did this on Sideswipe. So it's like, like, come on. So they just keep doing it over and over, and I don't like it. But, anyways, let's go ahead and take a look at his nice head mold. So you can see his head looks really awesome. He's got that Fu Manchu mustache goatee combo going on. Really hard to see just because it's not painted. If you get I believe if you get the Japanese one, it is painted, the Takara one. I'm not 100% on that, but nothing a little black paint or even Sharpie or Gundam marker, liner. I'm sure there's plenty of options. Nothing you can't fix yourself. I'll probably just end up leaving it. Doesn't bug me too much, but yeah, that's that. He does have that cool Shogun helmet design going on. I can get on board with that. I like how they got a little black lining along the edges. It would have been nice if they put that black lining on the lines that they have edged in. But still, I appreciate what they did. He's got that cool red crest going on, very Gundam-y. I'm getting the Gundam vibe from that. I think that looks nice, but a mixture of Shogun and Gundam. His eyes are painted metallic blue, but they're very small because they're going for that typical Asian look where the eyes are very squinted. So kind of racist, maybe? But I'm okay with it. It looks cool. It looks badass. He's just dogging you out like crazy. And I like how we've got this mixture of black and orange here. It's kind of got like these straps going along his chest. I think that looks cool. And then we got that Arbel logo, which, again, don't care for the design, but at least it's there. He's got an Arbel logo, so we know where he stands. Love these pointed shoulders, so that looks nice as well. So they did a very nice job on this figure. Again, I don't feel like this is Bumblebee. Also, let's go ahead and take a look at his swords. If you could really get a look at them, it's really hard to tell because it's all black, but there is some nice molding. I like how the guard is kind of tilted downwards in just to give it a little more character to it. And I like the little divots they put in, these little lines here, nice little lining they've done on the hilt. So that's really cool. They've got a nice little line across the blade as well. So nice little detail that they put in. I could see them not really caring about the sword. I didn't think they put too much into it, and the fact that they did, really just nice little surprise for me. So there's that. So for the articulation, his head does rotate. It's not on a ball, but it does rotate. So plenty of movement there all the way around if you want. Shoulders are on a hinge, so you can actually bring them up and down a bit. And then they also come out quite a bit as well, and kind of inwards. Not too far out, just because he does have these big shoulders. But if you get in the right angles, he can go out quite a bit. His biceps do rotate, and he does have a double hinge at the elbow, so that's really cool. Can't really get that double hinge to go up just because they did hinder it at the front. We can get it to go back, which is interesting. So if you want to go up like that, you can have a backwards hand. But that's something. He does have wrist bendy hinges. That's partially due to transformation because you do need to move it slightly just to get everything to fit properly. So that's something. He does rotate at the waist. He actually does have hinges on his skirt armor, which is cool. You can bring them completely up. I think they actually can come off, but if you want, bam. Again, if you need some dynamic poses where it's like wafting in the wind, where he just looks like he's just skidding or something, or if you want to have him angled out a little bit, I like that. It's nice ratchetiness. I keep him down though, just standard. It looks cool. He does have universal ball joints. If you want to get these panels out of the way, you can bring them out. You can bring them back, bend at the knee, rotation, everything's there. Nothing really at the ankles. You can't bring it any more forward, but you can bring it back just because of due transformation. Another thing I want to point out with the ankle is they did get a little cut at the toe. That way it looks kind of like the classic samurai sandals, I guess. I think they're sandals. But yeah, again, I like that. They did a little bit of detail. That's so minor, and yet it adds to the figure quite a bit, so I like that. I can get on board with that all day. So here we have Drift with Bumblebee. You could see, again, they were based off the same mold, but the transformations and designs were so vastly changed that they really don't feel like the same figure. I don't feel like I'm looking at the same figure, just because there's so much different about them. They have the doors up here, where he has the doors on his hands. I think I probably would have kept that the way they did it here. I think that I like this better, just because I hate door hands, but my personal preference. Knee plates are completely different. They come up thin. They start bigger at the bottom and get thin at the top. Here they're all completely big all the way through. Big rectangular knee plates. And then for Bumblebee, he's got kind of like vents at the ankles. If you can see, he's kind of out of focus. Where's focus? There we go, better. So yeah. So we've got those vents there at his ankles where they got rid of them. His feet are really big. They've got, again, that little cut just to make them a little more samurai-esque sandals. Where his are very thin and pointed. So lots of differences. Shoulders are different. Chests are very different. Head sculpts are obviously different. Really, the only thing that's the same is, again, transformations mostly the same, but there are differences. So that's even nice in itself that the transformation's not exactly the same. So this is how you do a retool / remold. This is how you do it. There have been some in the past that are just like, you didn't even try. But this one, there's a lot of effort they went into it. They really want to make sure that they were not the same toy redone in a different paint job with a different head. And I can so appreciate that. This is a great example of how a repaint, retool, remold should be done. Awesome use of it. And there we have all three of the drifts together. As far as I know, these are the only drifts that are out there. There's no other incarnations of them. So it's great that we have a little drift building going on. So that's really cool. We started off with the IDW one there in the middle, and we worked our way towards what we have now. And he's becoming more and more popular with every incarnation, just because started the comic books. Then out of nowhere, he came into the movie. Didn't see that coming at all. I'll tell you right now, I did not see that coming. As soon as he got the movie, bam, the next TV show to come out, he's in it. So there you go. He's becoming popular. I wouldn't doubt if we saw him in future incarnations. Maybe we'll have him in the next TV show. Maybe we'll have like another Generations one. Who knows? So I would love to have another IDW incarnation, just because his look does change from time to time. He doesn't look quite this bulky in the book anymore. I don't know if he really ever looked that bulky, but engineering for the time. But cool. I like where they've come and gone. So transform back, very easy. We'll start with this chest plate. Flip it up. Take this back plate. Flip it back. His whole head is gone. Except for this here. Still see it in the back, but bleh, get over it. Pull out the blades. Can't have the swords there. They will get in the way 100%. Bring up the arms. And just kind of let them sit there for now. We're going to rotate. Oops. Well, try to let them sit there, but rotate the waist. And then bring them up, I guess. And what we're going to do is take the arms, remember those double hinges, bring them back. Those double hinges, if I can get it. Or maybe it's forward. Oh, never mind. My bad. Bring it forward on the double hinges. You want to line up this little tab here with that orange bit. So, my bad. I don't know my shapes. Then, the easiest way to go about it is to start by getting this orange tab at the shoulder or the bicep, getting that into the chest area. That tab, get that in first. Everything else will be much easier, because I have noticed that getting him the tab in properly at the back of these tabs can be challenging, just because the way their hands are built. Like I said, there's a little hinge at the hand, at the wrist. So getting this to tab in all properly is easiest when you do that first. Go ahead and tab in these bits here first at the back. If I can get it to line. Yep. There we go. Line that up. I think I got it in. No, I think I totally missed, actually. I done missed. Bring these forward. Bring these forward. What do I keep missing? Okay, alright. I think I got it. Yeah, I got it. Yeah, I got it. Alright. Fold up the feet. Probably should have done the legs first. But there you go. Get that all together. Now come around to this side, and I'll show you again. Get that get that upper shoulder bicep tab in first. Then we're going to do this back one. Where did it go? There we go. Like I said, get the hand kind of bent, angled. There we go. There we go. There it is. And we are... Oh, whoops. Forgot to tab in this. These bits together. Nothing crazy with this tab. I just overlapped them wrong. There we go. And kind of just line everything up, because sometimes the doors don't want to line up with the windows, so it looks kind of weird. But bam, we're back to action. Nice. So there's Drift. Earlier in my videos, I talked about how I was a little worried about this toy line because Strong Armed and Steeljaw were a bit iffy. Seeing Drift really helps me feel a lot better about what they're doing. It seems like they're trying to make it good. Sometimes it doesn't work. Sometimes it comes out fantastic. So glad I have it. This is reassuring me a little bit more. We'll see down the line with more Deluxes and Voyagers, hopefully, and Leaders and all that. We'll see how those go. But for now, this is an amazing figure. Do yourself a favor and get it. If you don't like this toy line because you don't like the designs, you don't like the TV shows, cool. But this figure is definitely at least worth having just to add to your collection of drifts. I personally think. I think it's worth having just for that, just to see those lined up. I think that looks cool. So anyways, guys, thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed the video. Go ahead and comment, like, and subscribe to my channel on YouTube, as well as follow me on Tumblr and Twitter at Mekacean, and Instagram at MekasByHeart. Find all my pictures, recent purchases, what's coming out, who's making what, all that good stuff and more. Anyways, guys, thanks for watching. Until next time!